At 70 years old, Bruce Willis remains one of the most recognizable faces in the world. For millions, he is the unbreakable man, the smirk, the swagger, the voice that became a symbol of strength. These are the things people remember first. They quote his lines, replay his scenes, and feel that somewhere inside him, the action hero who refused to die hard is still standing tall. Yet behind that familiar image lies a different truth, one far more human and far more fragile. While the world sees a legend, those closest to him have witnessed a transformation that is quiet, slow, and deeply personal. It is a journey that challenges the idea of what it means to be strong, what it means to age, and what it means to be present for the people you love. The world saw headlines, but it never saw the moments behind them. It never saw the nights when forming a simple sentence felt impossible, or the quiet hesitation that flashed across his eyes. The public witnessed the hero, but his family witnessed the man whose love, patience, and resilience became the center of their lives, even as he wrestled with his own challenges. The myth that shaped a generation. To understand Bruce Willis at 70, you first need to understand the myth he built. For decades, the world didn't just watch Bruce Willis, they believed in him. He wasn't just an actor on screen. He was a cultural force. Rugged, sarcastic, and determined, he became the blueprint for the modern hero, someone who could endure pain, make light of danger, and still emerge resilient. Audiences around the globe connected to him because he looked human yet unstoppable. He bled, he struggled, he was outnumbered, exhausted, or cornered, and yet he would still crack a joke, as if life itself were something to be faced with wit and courage. That combination made him magnetic. His presence inspired admiration, respect, and affection. His image became larger than life, and with that, he transformed from an actor into a symbol, a figure who represented perseverance, toughness, and the human spirit. Charm beyond the camera. Bruce Willis's charm was not limited to his film roles. He had a way of entering a room, a set, or an interview, and making it feel natural, as though he were just another person sharing a moment rather than promoting a film. That unpredictability, warmth, and humor drew people in. Fans adored him, the industry respected him, and young actors looked to him as an example of authenticity in an often artificial environment. Yet Hollywood, as much as it celebrates its heroes, often forgets their vulnerability. Audiences don't always allow for the fact that behind the smirk and the swagger is a human being with fears, insecurities, and worries. And Bruce, like many heroes, carried his privately, the hidden struggles. While the public saw strength and charisma, those closest to him noticed small signs that suggested something was shifting. A hesitation in an interview, a subtle lapse in timing during a scene, a moment when his eyes seemed to drift. Most brushed these off. Some edited around them. But those who loved him couldn't ignore the changes. Bruce had spent his life mastering the art of endurance. He faced fears, overcame obstacles, and learned to present confidence even when he felt uncertain. So when subtle moments of struggle began to appear, he met them with quiet determination and humor. To his family, these weren't failures, they were reflections of a man carrying an immense sense of responsibility. He worried about aging, relevance, and the legacy he would leave. But most of all, he worried about being the father, husband, and friend he wanted to be. A father's heart. Bruce's love for his daughters was deep and unwavering. It was the emotional center of his life. Though his expressions of affection weren't always dramatic, they were sincere. He could be playful, gentle, and unexpectedly soft. His daughters witnessed a side of him that the world never saw, a man who cherished his family above all else, who carried love and concern with quiet intensity. He worried he wasn't present enough, wasn't giving enough, and wasn't living fully in the moments that mattered. Yet those worries also shaped him into a protective, thoughtful, and caring father. Even as the pressures of fame and career loomed large, family remained his anchor. Early life and the roots of resilience. Bruce Willis's resilience and charm didn't appear overnight. They were forged in the quiet struggles of his early life. Born into a working-class military family in New Jersey, Bruce grew up in an environment that demanded self-reliance. His father, a German-born American soldier, carried the weight of discipline and history while his mother maintained the home with equal determination. Stability was not guaranteed. It was something earned. The young Bruce faced a challenge that would shape his future: a severe stutter. Words could freeze in his throat, leaving him silent while the world moved on. Classrooms felt intimidating, hallways seemed judgmental, and every interaction carried the risk of embarrassment. These challenges taught him empathy, observation, and patience. He learned to read people, to listen closely, and to turn silence into awareness, a skill that would later serve him on stage and screen. Discovering acting as freedom. Acting became Bruce's escape and his tool for transformation. On stage, he could be someone else entirely. His stutter vanished in performance, and he discovered freedom in expression. Acting gave him a voice, a sense of identity, and a way to channel the quiet struggles of his early years. It was more than a career, it was survival. He worked odd jobs, bartending, factory shifts, security, while slowly pursuing auditions and theater roles. In these humble beginnings, he honed skills that would define his career: timing, presence, and the ability to connect authentically with an audience. Every small step built toward something larger, even if he couldn't yet see the destination. The spark that changed everything. The moment that ignited Bruce's career wasn't sudden. It was a series of small encounters, missed opportunities, and quiet victories. A casting director noticing his authenticity, a mentor recognizing his potential, a chance role in a small stage production. All of it combined to light the fuse of his ascent. His breakthrough came with the television show Moonlighting. Not the first choice of the network, not even the second. Bruce's chemistry with co-star Sybil Shepherd was undeniable. He didn't just perform, he inhabited the role, bringing wit, charm, and unpredictability. Audiences responded instantly. Bruce had finally found the place where the world could see him for who he was, beyond his struggles and insecurities. Hollywood transformation, the mid-1980s, Bruce Willis had momentum, yet his transformation went beyond fame. It reshaped the way audiences imagined heroes. He didn't fit the traditional Hollywood mold. He wasn't chiseled, polished, or silent. He was real, human, sarcastic, and alive. And that authenticity became his superpower. When Die Hard arrived, Bruce's combination of toughness, vulnerability, and humor redefined the action hero. He wasn't a silent warrior. He was someone the audience could root for, laugh with, and trust. This balance of strength and relatability became his signature. Behind the screen, vulnerability and strength. Even at the height of his career, Bruce carried a deep sense of responsibility and awareness. Fame was a spotlight, but also a cage. Public expectation demanded consistency, charisma, and endurance. Bruce had always excelled at projecting those qualities, but privately, he wrestled with uncertainty, memory lapses, and personal pressure. He was mindful, attentive, and deeply empathetic. He noticed the details in people, remembered small conversations, and carried the weight of others' experiences. These qualities made him not only a compelling actor, but also a devoted family member and friend. Life beyond fame. Bruce's public persona, heroic, witty, unstoppable, was only part of the picture. At home and with those closest to him, he revealed a side marked by warmth, humor, and thoughtfulness. He was playful, sometimes even childlike when expressing affection. He worried about being present, about giving enough attention, about supporting his loved ones in meaningful ways. His family saw the careful balance he maintained, a man who could be heroic on screen but tender and reflective in private. They recognized the subtle signs of strain, the moments of pause, and the private battles he carried without complaint. The power of quiet resilience. Bruce Willis's story is ultimately one of quiet resilience. The public witnessed his action sequences, his humor, and his charisma. What few saw was the lifelong practice of observation, patience, and self-awareness that underpinned his success. From childhood stuttering to early work in New Jersey bars, every challenge shaped him. Every setback built endurance. Every private moment of doubt strengthened his empathy. He became a hero not only on screen but in the way he lived, facing adversity, protecting his loved ones, and finding joy in connection. His life shows that real strength is not about perfection. It is about persistence, presence, and the courage to keep going even when the world isn't watching. Legacy and humanity. Bruce Willis's journey reminds us that heroes are human. Behind the films, the fame, and the iconic performances is a man shaped by experience, hardship, love, and learning. His career, while extraordinary, was built on small victories, personal insight, and the ability to embrace both his strengths and vulnerabilities. At 70, the legend remains. But the man is equally remarkable. He demonstrates that resilience is not always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet, thoughtful, and deeply personal. Bruce Willis teaches that the greatest strength is found in authenticity, empathy, and commitment to craft, to family, and to oneself. The full story, Bruce's story, from his childhood stutter to his rise as a global icon, is a testament to the human spirit. It is a reminder that every success has unseen effort behind it. Every public triumph is paired with private struggle. And every hero, no matter how legendary, carries a story that deserves to be understood in full. Not just the highlights, not just the myth, but the complete human journey. His life is still unfolding, quietly and meaningfully, in ways that inspire, humble, and teach. For all the movies, the stunts, and the memorable lines, Bruce Willis's greatest story is not just the one on screen. It is the one behind it, where humanity, love, and resilience take center stage.